Hello class, my name is Megan and this is my video for our final project. I decided to do option 2, which is a data collection and analysis paper. You can find the attachment of my paper on Canvas as well as the handout that goes along with this video. I would suggest opening the handout in a separate tab to look over while playing this video. I'm going to go through the different sections of the handout in this video. So, my topic is on how the media encourages bias and stereotypes. At your handout under Literature Review, you can see all the different research that I did to focus on my topic of how the media depicts culture and encourages bias and stereotypes within the culture of Middle Eastern people, specifically those of Muslim faith. I found a plethora of studies and research that shows that media constructs reality by presenting a mass-mediated view through framing, shaping, and portrayal. The following is a trailer for the documentary called Real Bad Arabs, How Hollywood Vilifies a People. This documentary focuses on how the media creates and enables stereotypes of Middle Eastern people.
When we think of Arabs, what do we see? What images come to mind? Arabs are the most maligned group in the history of Hollywood. They're portrayed basically as subhuman. We know the mythology. The mythology, namely Hollywood's images of Arabs.
You are late.
1,000 apologies, oh patient one.
You have it then.
I had to slit a few throats, but I got it.
Disney's Aladdin was seen by millions of children worldwide. It was hailed as one of Disney's finest accomplishments. But the film recycled every old degrading stereotype from Hollywood's silent black and white past.
Oh, I come from a land, from a faraway place, where the caravan camels roam, where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
It's obvious that the media depicts Middle Eastern people with a certain bias and stereotype. After watching the trailer for the documentary, I decided to do some data collection of my own. I used 2 different formats to collect my data. So the first one was an online survey. I created an online survey using Google Forms, which asked 5 multiple choice questions to participants. The survey is titled Perceptions of Muslims. The second format I used to collect data was a classroom observation. My classroom observation was done at an elementary school located here in Jacksonville. The observation was done during a homeroom class in a 5th grade in the content area of science. The homeroom class consisted of 24 students, and to preserve student identity, I didn't ask if any students were of Middle Eastern descent or Muslim faith. Out of the 24 students, 4 were ELLs. I decided to focus my attention on native speaker and ELL student interaction. 2 of the ELL students were from Spanish-speaking countries and 2 were from Chinese-speaking countries. I sat in on this homeroom class for about 2 hours on 2 separate days to collect data. Okay, here is the survey that I created. It's titled Perceptions of Muslims, and it has a little note that says, "The survey is anonymous, please answer honestly." The first question asked participants to select their age range. They could select from under 16, 16 to 25, 26 to 34, 35 to 49, 50 to 65, or over 65. The second question asks participants, how do they view Muslims? They could select from positively, negatively, or indifferently. The next question asks, do you think Islamophobia is justified? They could select either yes or no. The fourth question asks, does the media target Muslims? Participants could also only select yes or no. And the last question was about their source of media. Is their main source of media social media, like Facebook, Twitter, and so on? Was it television, like Fox News, CNN, or Al Jazeera? Was it movies and films, or was it the print media? And then participants would submit their answers, and then I could check them later on the Google Forms website. It's super cool and did all this work for me. So the first question breakdown was what participants' age range was, and you can see that here in this graph. Second question, how do you view Muslims? Participants could select from the 3 choices on the side, and here's the breakdown. Here's the next question. Do you think Islamophobia is justified? They could select either yes or no. The next question, does the media target Muslims? Yes or no? Out of the 11 responses, here's the breakdown. What was participants' main source of media? Here are the different choices that I put on here. As you can see, only the first 2 were selected. I guess nobody really watches movies or films and uses them as their main source of media. And print media, I guess, is not really a thing anymore. It's super cool, and I would highly recommend using it if you can. So I had 11 responses, and earlier I did one on my own to show you as an example, and I didn't realize it would actually count. So I could go here and actually delete the response. I can go through each participant's answers. In my classroom observation, I saw the students all working together. I did not see any instances of discrimination or bullying, especially between the native speakers and the ELL students. All the students were very cooperative and they worked together during their collaborative time with their table groups. The particular lesson that I was observing consisted of the table groups given time to discuss a question and collaboratively coming up with a response. As an educator, it is important to note how all of this relates to the classroom. There is a wide range of students that come through each and every classroom throughout the years. Many students may be from the Middle East and/or of Muslim faith. It's critical that educators do their best to keep these students safe and teach all students about Islamophobia. I know there are many sources, especially online, like Teaching Tolerance, that can help you come up with lesson plans. Teachers can also educate their students about Middle Eastern countries and culture through documentaries and a variety of music to help offset the Islamophobia they learn about in the media. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new or solidified information you already learned from this class. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know on our discussion board.